Hello everybody, this is Michael V with Profax MIL-25KIT, and today I'm going to talk to you about our new gun conversion kit for the Miller MDX MIG welding gun. This conversion kit will allow you to run the early style Miller consumables, which are more popular and more affordable. It also addresses the gas leak problem that is notorious with these guns in the stock configuration. So what our engineers came up with is a 42 series liner, the Miller style standard nozzle, the 00068 and 69 contact tips, our custom gas diffuser, our power pin that allows you to run the 42 series liner, and then Profax is going to give you this liner cut tool, which I'll show you a little later in the video on how it works. Our next steps are going to be how to convert the gun over, and I'll take you through it step by step. Okay, I've got the gun laid out here and the tools necessary to do this conversion. So here's your front end of the gun, obviously back end of the gun. Going to need 2 adjustable wrenches, a small flat blade screwdriver, set of side cutters, a set of hex head wrenches here, and Profax will supply you with this MIG liner cut gauge here. It's a little small tool that comes in the kit. With that, I'll show you exactly what you need to do. First step's going to be to remove the liner. So you'll lay the gun out on the ground straight. First thing you'll want to do is find the 2 flats on this back end cap that Miller has on their gun. Get your adjustable wrench here and loosen this up. These are generally pretty tight, so I've got it loose now, so go ahead and loosen it up. Pull this cap off. There's a compression fitting in here that holds the liner in place, so you need to remove this. Just set it aside. Then we're going to go to the front end of the gun, and we're going to unscrew the nozzle. And then we're basically going to adjust the wrench for the flats on the diffuser right here. Go ahead and loosen that up. This is going to remove this, and this will leave the liner, which typically will be in place like so. So there's a front end, this is a front end liner. So we're going to go ahead and remove the liner, and you'll just straighten out the gun and pull it out. Okay, our next step is to go to the back end of the gun. We're going to turn this around. You'll find this little black cap here. This will pop off generally pretty easy with a flat blade screwdriver. Let's get in here and pop it off. And that just leaves you a little small hex head, button head screw. So we're going to remove this. And what this allows you to do is remove this back cover. So hold the cover like this. There's a small twist here. Twist it, you'll hear it click. This will come off, slide the strain relief back, and this will allow you to actually remove this cover just like so. From there, we're going to remove the power pin. So you've got a flat right here, which you use the adjustable wrench for, and then a flat right here. We're going to go ahead and knock that out real quick. So here's our flat here. Adjust this right here to hold it in place. Go ahead and give it a loosen it up. Unscrew this, take it out. Here's the new Profax back end power pin that we put in. So simply install this like so. Go ahead and tighten that up. Okay, next we're going to put this cover back on here, and you'll want to line up this hole with this part right here, because that's where that little set screw goes in to hold the piece in place. So I'm going to try and line this up the right way. There we go. Okay, from there you're going to put your set screw back in place. Use your little hex wrench to snug it back up. Doesn't need to be gorilla tight. Just all it's doing is holding the cover in place for you. Go ahead and put that bad boy back on. Take your little black cover, stick it right over it. That's done. Now we're going to slide the strain relief forward again. Line up this little point with that point. Give it a little twist. That locks it in place. Okay, we're basically done with the back end of the gun now. Okay, I've brought the gun outside. You can still see the rear portion is removed. And I've got the gun laid out on the ground pretty straight with the liner right next to it. I'll show you what that looks like real quick. There's the front end of the gun, and the liner's extra long. Now I'm going to show you how to install it and how to trim it. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and install the liner. And what you're going to want to do is put this in, insert it with very short strokes. If you don't and use long strokes, you're going to end up with a kinked liner, and nobody wants a kinked liner. So here's what you need to do. Put it in the back end of the gun, and just slowly but surely take short strokes like so, maybe 4 to 6 inches, and just continue to feed it all the way through. If it does get stuck, you can actually twist the liner counterclockwise, and that will help sort of push it through the gun. Okay, once you get the liner installed all the way, you're going to take the back of the power pin and screw this in here. Get it hand tight. That's going to seat the liner. Just take some pliers and lightly tighten it up. That's all you need to do. From there, we're going to go to the front of the gun. Okay, from here, we're going to need to trim the front end of the liner. Do not use these. Don't use these. Use these to cut the liner. This is what you use. So here's our liner cut trim tool that Profax gives us. We're basically going to slide this over the end like so. We're going to go ahead and use our side cutters to cut this. That's going to leave our small trim tab right here, or our small piece of liner hanging out. We're going to grab this with your finger and use a light file and just lightly dress the end of the liner so there's no burr there. And what you're trying to do is get rid of the burr so no wire can get chafed on the end of the liner here. So once you get that all done, we'll move to the next step. Okay, from here our next step is to install the diffuser, and you're going to loosen up this little small liner set screw. Simply put this on here, tighten this up by hand. We're going to take our adjustable wrench, go ahead and snug this up. Then we're going to take our hex head wrench here and just bring it down until where you feel it makes contact, and then just a slight turn. That's all you need to hold the liner in place. At that point, you can run your wire through the machine, and the wire will stick out, and then we're going to have our contact tip end. So we'll show that next. Okay, we've got our wire coming through the gun. We're going to go ahead and put our contact tip on, slide that on, screw this guy in place, take your 8-way pliers, go ahead and snug that up. Then we're going to go ahead and put our nozzle on. Do not do this. No. Turn it sideways so the wire does not go through your hand. Put this install like so. Go ahead and clip your wire to the proper length. And now it's time to get to welding. Thank you for watching.